Hi, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Coming straight from me, Dr. Sarah, and Free and Clear Fridays, where we come together and be and see and clear and get to a space, hopefully, that's lighter for you. Because at the end of the day, isn't it nice to know that you have not only a space to share with me on that, but also a place within yourself to create that? And that's what this is really about. Every week meeting here in whatever form, if it's live, if it's later, whenever it is, it doesn't matter, because where and when you show up to this, you can receive it and create it for you in a way that works for you. So welcome. Hi everyone. Free and Clear Fridays with me. And today, wow, I am usually excited about the topic. This week's topic is exciting in that it's very, let's say, relevant. And we make things relevant, right? And a lot of times we make things so relevant that they're really not relevant, that we get stuck in things that are relevant. So let's start with the clearing on being relevant. So everywhere you are stuck in making things relevant in your life and living, let's destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. That was a topic that came up this week for me in a facilitation I was receiving. And in terms of a call I was part of with Dr. Dane and with the Access Consciousness Clearing stuff, it's so cool. It's so much fun. And then you can take it and create from there, like I am with you. So everywhere you are in a space where, let's just get clear so we can bring in the topic of the week. Anything that is relevant, that wants you to be distracted from whatever you can receive here today, let's destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow, so cool. Now, the topic of the week: structures, structure and rules. Structure and rules. So everywhere structure and rules are keeping you outside of being you, destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Whew, wow. So let me say something about this reality and about structures. Most everything in this reality is a structure. Our politics, our school systems, our religious institutions, our jobs, a lot of times, the organizations we participate in, basically everything is set up on a structure. Now, what you and I play with here, and being, infinite beings that we are, we tend to function more from a space of a systematic approach, where you don't have to do it a certain way to get to a certain point. A lot of times we try to fit into this reality and then confine ourselves to this reality by having to follow the structure of it or the rules. So let's destroy and uncreate everywhere you've done that, especially at the expense of you. So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And if this is your first time on this show and you're like, what the heck is she saying? What is that thing? Pon poc, what? Because that was my first response to when I heard the clearing statement. It's a clearing statement that actually allows us to clear our minds, to clear our space, to clear anything that limits us. And you can find it on my website, which I will include in the link here, which will be on IGTV after this. You can go there, or you can go to my website, which is www.thedrsarahexperience.com, and find it there. You just go under the clearing statement. You can read about it and get a little more of a sense to what it is. And you can always reach out to me And I'm happy to respond anywhere I'm on social media, of course. So anyway, it's really meant to clear a space so you have more room to see things clearly and to be free of the limitations. So everywhere you are limiting you by your point of view, which is part of the structure of this reality, that's part of the rules of this reality. We'll get to the rules here in just a moment. Let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. And all you have to do is say yes. And I'll clear on your behalf. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And sometimes it's nice just to take a deep breath in and release all of that heavy on the exhale, because we know how heavy it is. In fact, this reality can be really heavy. Now, we don't have to make it a right or wrong to it, but there's truths to things being heavy, okay? And a lot of times that is a result of all the rules that it's set up for. So have you been a rule follower all your life? Like making sure you do it correctly or follow the rules that you're told and never really question it for yourself. So everywhere you just went along with the rules and never really asked yourself, does this fit for me? Destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, how many of you, amazing beings, are really leaders and not followers? Wow. Okay. Have you pretended to follow so you didn't get in trouble? Or are you just actually being the leader you truly be? So everywhere you haven't been willing to be the leader you truly be in your life and living, and in the world for that matter, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I don't know about you, maybe I do, but in this expression, I know I am not good at following rules. In fact, I tend to beat to my own drum. I tend to follow my own rules in terms of my awarenesses and my knowing, and I choose what's right for me. And for me, it's okay that other people don't agree and align with me. And there's this thing called interesting point of view. And I recommend it to you to use interesting point of view for every heavy thought, feeling, and emotion that you're picking up off of someone else. It's a true space of allowance. So with that being said, I'm not out to push my point of view on the rules that I don't agree and align with or resist and react to. I just choose to do it according to what's right for me. And it's okay if someone doesn't agree with me. And that's okay too. So everywhere you will compromise you in order to maybe please someone else or to be nice, or that's just what you're taught to do. You just are supposed to do it this way. Like how many of us have been taught you should do it this way. Like, let's just use an example, like go to college. If you don't go to college, you're breaking the rules or you're doing something wrong, or follow the protocol in certain types of institutions or religions. Like if you don't, you're sinning, or so all of that. Let's clear that now. Everything that is, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And have you ever noticed, like, let's say you received something when you were younger, like someone's point of view or an institution's point of view, like, let's go for religion for a moment. Were you ever taught that you should feel bad for doing something wrong and you are now sinning, or you are now doing something to hinder other people, when truth, does that point of view even belong to you? Or is that part of the structure of that type of religion or philosophy or parental controls? I wonder. So everywhere you just absorbed it when you were little. You bought the lies, did I say lies? Rules as true, but you always knew, it's just something's off about it. Let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what's really fascinating, and I don't know if you've noticed this too, is that anytime a structure takes a position on something and that says this is according to that. If you don't do according to that, then you are this. So in other words, you are sinning if you disagree with someone, or if you don't follow the 10 commandments. Like, I don't know, like those are some rules, or the golden rules. You know, look at all these rules we have, rather than ask yourself, what works here for me? What am I aware of? What do I know to be true? So everywhere you've discounted you and your knowing to follow the rules that you always knew didn't like resonate for you, will you now destroy and uncreate all that now, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow, did that have a charge to it? And I have to say, you know, when I was younger, definitely willing and really open and trying to, probably a good word is try here, to please people, to make it right for them, knowing I had a capacity to morph into whatever I required to be for them, and really followed the rules because I didn't want to disappoint. So how many of you didn't want to disappoint your rulers and you didn't even know they were rulers until now? Let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right or wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Who knew there was so much involved here with rules and structures? Not to mention all the things currently going on where we're having to follow the rules and structures according to them. Do you ever notice there's a them out there somewhere? There's a them. I wonder who them are. We all are probably curious to who them are, but I suppose it's wherever at the top of the structure of whichever rules you're aiming to follow according to them. So everywhere you're following the rules according to them, sounds like a really bad movie. Let's just turn and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So if you were to honor you and be in the awareness of you and follow what's right for you, it may, or it may not fit according to this reality's structure and rules. So everywhere you always follow the structures and rules according to this reality rather than your own knowing, being, perceiving of things, and receiving, will you destroy and uncreate all that now, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, there's this other part to rules and structures. It's just another component. And the component is your own mind. How many rules do you abide by according to you that actually doesn't fit for you? Or they're just old rules that you swore by that now you continue to use that you no longer require. So everywhere you're following the rules of your mind because it tells you what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing and judges the heck out of you. It's so good at that. Let's destroy and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Our minds can be some of the most destructive things in the world, really. You know, our own mind and then how it connects with other minds, it can be a disaster. So everywhere your mind is a minefield of ways to sabotage yourself and wrong yourself or try to right yourself in order so you're not wrong, which is all part of the rules and structure of this reality and the structure of our minds and how they're designed and the algorithms of that. Let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Whew! That gave me a bit of a, you ever get those brain freezes? I notice it right here for me. And that's kind of like where all of this, let's say, trillions of years of being around, of lifetimes and things happening in the existence of everything comes through. Like, you may pick up on that. and it may be beyond what you even know it to be. And you may be in other people's minds picking up on that too. All right, so everywhere you're picking it up and it doesn't belong to you and you're making it relevant, there's that relevance again. Let's destroy it and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, fun, fuck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. You know what's fascinating about these lives? Each week, and I know this just because I'm the being here, being the facilitator of the space with you, and each week how it's a little bit more accessible in the way it wasn't last time. And the energy I am is basically tapping into you, and I wouldn't be able to be this unless you were open to receiving this. And each time we do this, without rules or structure, except for time I land on here at 4 o'clock on Fridays, is allowing for more possibilities to come in and to clear in a way that wasn't even available before. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here now and in the future. And thank you for being here in the past when you were here before, because this is now opening up doors to other spaces, more available to us in a way that wasn't the time before. And that's what's fascinating about living consciously. It's what's fascinating for me when I show up to other people doing beautiful things like we're creating here, or a facilitated class, or a client, or it just doesn't stop. If you're willing to live consciously, it doesn't stop. And I have to say, as a psychologist, in dabbling in so many different approaches through the years, this is the one way of being that never stops. And you know why? There is a why to this. There is a why. And you know, I'm usually not about why questions. Why? Because it's about being. It's about being you. It's about me being me, and the allowance, and the awareness, and the knowing, in the being, perceiving, receiving, in the choice, in the possibilities. It's consciousness at its all-time high, because now it's available more than ever before. And you're willing to join me here and be the difference that you be? Seriously? How does it get any better than that? And I'm so grateful every time. And in this moment right now, I'm grateful for you. And it's really curious if we didn't have, these, going back to the topic of the week. Hey there. Hi, everyone. Again, just in case you're just joining. So it's where we now can be all of who we are truly meant to be, and come together in a way that's so much greater and lighter and available more than ever before. And you're willing to show up to that and be that. And I'm so grateful for that. And going back to this rule and structures, if those things weren't there in order to show how far we've come as the infinite beings we are, it's really just an opportunity and acknowledgement of the truth of what we're creating, of where we're going, and the future that's available now in a light way that wasn't there before. So again, each one of you contributes to this and allows it to be in a greater space. And thanks, Joe, for acknowledging that. It's lighter is better. Oh, I love that. And wow, really, each time we do this and get clear and clear something, it brings it in for a new opportunity in a way that's never been available. So again, I'm grateful for you, and believe it or not, our time's up already. It's flying quicker every time because we're clearing all the structures and rules. There are no rules. I'm just honoring the space so that we can join next time for the next topic of the week for another Free and Clear Fridays with moi, where we do take problems and turn them into possibilities, or we do it on the daily and we do it here together. How does it get any better? And this is what I always love to end on, is that I have your back. And knowing I have your back through the week, use that, tap into that, show up to that, and know that it keeps going and going and going. And I would love to see you anywhere I'm located on social media. I'm so excited that, things keep unfolding and there's more unfolding, and you'll get to be privy to that soon, and what I'm continuing to create, because I'm being what it is that you have the capacity to be too, if you choose it. All right, amazing beings. Have an amazing week. Again, I have your back, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.